Hi, this is Game 1 of the Starcraft Brood War 2009 GameFAQs Tournament of Champions. We have Jumper in the top right corner, teal protoss, and Bface in the bottom right corner with the orange zerg. And I'm here commentating with Grass, Sonic, and Dabu. So go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
Alright, I'm Lord of Dabu. I'm the host of this tournament. The person who was just talking before was Go Shots. And next up we have Grass and Sonic.
I'm Sonic. I'm just gonna be commentating on this game along with Dabu and Grass and Shocks. And then Grass is next.
Yeah, I'm Grass. I'll be commentating alongside Sonic, Dabu, and Shocks. I'm a long time SC fan and player. More of a fan nowadays than player, but I still enjoy it.
Alright, good deal. We have Jumper starting off with your typical Protoss fast expansion. One thing to note about this map is if you look at the natural, you can see that the map maker has generously made outlines for possible places to put your buildings. So that's pretty neat for Protoss players. Anyways, Dalby, what do you think this map lends itself towards Protoss versus Zerg play? Do you think it's good to go a Reaver Sarah build because of the big distance between the bases, or do you think it's just normal to go 4-gate 2 arc on Zealot push?
Well, there's a few different things you have to know about this map in PvZ. One of the big things about this map is that it has a neutral command center in the middle that Protoss players need to be aware of, and that's a new thing for PvZ. The ability for Zerg to get infested Terrans in this matchup. As far as your question is, I think it's better to go for Reaver Sarah in this kind of map though.
I just want to add on this map, since the expansion, the natural, is so far away that a drop style Zerg could probably become devastating just because it takes so long to run back and forth through these bases and to navigate around into the expansions and such.
Yeah, that's one thing I think that I noticed about this map. There's like a lot of open space like around the main, and the thing is the main is on like regular ground and it's surrounded by cliffs, so it kind of lends itself well to kind of like drop style, or for the Zerg like muta harass. It's probably pretty effective, more effective than on like a standard map.
So as of right now, we just have them both playing a pretty standard game. I mean, the Protoss scouted the 9 pool early, so he decided to be on the safe side and go with the 2 cannons instead of the single one, while the Zerg just opted to play a pretty standard one.
Yeah, the Protoss did scout the 9 pool gas, so he knew he had to add 2 cannons for that nexus, and now he's getting his gateway, and you can see he's utilizing those the spots that the map maker added. And if you use those, you can make that perfect block by blocking with probes. It looks like he may be adding a core actually to finish the block. But yeah, so what do you think about these positions in general? Do you think anybody has an advantage with these positions? I mean, Bface's 3rd base is like really close to Jumper's natural. Do you think Jumper could possibly take advantage of that?
Oh, of course. I think that's just a given. I mean, the expansion is so close to it that, I mean, any kind of Bface taking that expansion just produces Protoss and just gives Protoss a chance to either harass it while just walking out. I mean, it's only a few feet away from his natural, so it's not even a problem.
Alright, well we see Bface is putting up his lair after his 3rd base, so he's going for pretty standard play. He's not going to try any 2 base builds. He's going to go all 3 bases and stay pretty standard. Meanwhile, in Jumper's base, we see he's taking his 2nd gas at a pretty standard time as well, like before his core is finished. And he's going to be adding a Stargate, I think, pretty soon. Whenever.
Yeah, the Stargate is definitely needed. I mean, since the Zerg went speedlings, he's trying to contain Protoss, so Protoss can't get any scouts out. So, I mean, the Sair it's double meaning. I mean, for one thing, it's gonna hunt down overlords, but the true meaning of it, it's gonna scout what Zerg is gonna do, and then it changes its direction of play.
Definitely, we see this Stargate halfway done, and we also see this robotics facility is going up, which means he's going to be going for a Reaver Sair build, just like Dalbo predicted. You can also see he's going with his first air weapons upgrade. Meanwhile, in Bface's base, he's going Spire, so he's going to be. Well, he's also adding a 4th hatchery. So yeah, again, pretty standard play from both of these guys. What do you guys think so far?
I mean, I think Jumper's play seems pretty standard and solid, especially after blocking himself in. You know, it seems like this is what he was planning on doing, and I think Reaver Sair works well on this map. For the Zerg, I don't know if going mutas would be the right strategy. Just because you can't really go mutas against Reaver Sair in general, and I would assume that most Protoss would do a build like this most of the time.
One thing to note is that the Spire thing has, just like the Protoss has double meaning. A lot of Zergs these days tend to use this style. What it happens is it produces that early Scourge to stop that Sair harassment, so that so they can transition into another tech pretty smoothly. So, and if the Protoss wasn't ready for this Spire, then the Zerg could just take advantage of that and just go straight Mutalist.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real downside to getting a Spire, especially in a map like this. Even if you know your opponent's going to go Reaver Sair.
Yep, we do notice that in Bface's main, he is going to upgrade Burrow, which is actually pretty effective against a Reaver Sair build, because he uses Burrow those Hydralisks anywhere on the map, predictable places where shuttles will go, and use Unburrow those Hydralisks and kill a shuttle. So we'll have to see if he has the multitask to do that, and if he catches some shuttles. Because if you catch one that has 2 Reavers in it, it can be a game winner if you play your cards right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take my previous comments back now, and I thought he was going mutas, but this Spire first deal is actually, yeah, it's a pretty good move. And he's setting up for a standard Zerg counter.
And he did manage to kill one of those Scourge with his cannons, one's still alive. And yeah, again, Bface is doing that normal build. It's Spire into Hydrogen, into Mass Hydralisks, usually 5 hatchery Hydralisks, or whatever you want. We do see he is getting Hydralisk speed. He does know that the counter to a good Reaver Sair build is just mass Hydralisks. You just have to pretty much brute force it. The advantage for this Reaver Sair build is Bface's third base is pretty much just right there. It's not very far from his natural, so it's going to be very effective.
Yeah, to me, I almost wonder why the Zerg wouldn't take a different base for his third expansion.
It does seem kind of like the Zerg was overstretching it, trying to take that second natural where the gas is. So in a situation like this, it could prove, you know, disastrous, but you never know. It all boils down to control.
Yeah, definitely. Even taking that base in the bottom right, it is a mineral only, and it only has 4 patches there, so, or 5 patches. But I mean, even taking that, just to get those extra minerals, but even expanding, like, in the bottom left main or something as your third base, it's not a bad idea going by these positions.